For centuries, the galaxy had one rule that nobody dared to break: stay away from Earth's moon. Powerful alien fleets changed their paths, explorers vanished, and entire civilizations refused to speak about what they discovered there. But then humanity arrived. They didn't see a warning, they saw a mystery. And when they uncovered what was hidden beneath the lunar surface, every alien species realized they had made one mistake: they were never afraid of the moon itself. They were afraid of what humans would find. For thousands of years, the galaxy had one rule that every species followed without question: never go near Earth's moon, not because it was dangerous, not because it attacked anyone, but because every civilization that discovered its secret came back with the same message: something is buried there, and we were never supposed to find it. The most powerful alien fleets avoided that small gray world hanging above Earth. Armadas that conquered entire star systems changed their routes when Luna appeared on their maps. Explorers who crossed thousands of light years suddenly turned back. The strange part? Nobody could explain what they were afraid of, until humanity reached the stars. Humans had always been different. Where others saw warnings, humans saw questions. Where others saw fear, humans saw an unfinished story. And the moon was the biggest mystery humanity had ever faced. Commander Alex Carter stood inside the observation deck of the exploration vessel Horizon 7, staring at the ancient lunar surface. "Funny," he said quietly. "We spent centuries looking for alien civilizations, and the biggest secret was sitting right above our heads." His crew laughed, but everyone knew this mission was different. The moment humanity entered deep space, they discovered something unusual. Alien records showed thousands of references to Luna, but almost every file ended the same way: access forbidden. The reason was missing. During the first lunar excavation, scientists discovered a hidden structure beneath the surface. It wasn't a city. It wasn't a battlefield. It was a facility. A massive underground complex made from materials humanity had never seen before. The walls were covered with recordings from different alien species. Some were thousands of years old. Others were from civilizations that no longer existed. Every message carried the same warning: do not activate the system. Alex looked at the recordings with disbelief. Why would anyone build something like this and then abandon it? The science officer scanned the chamber. "Captain, I think I found something." A strange signal was coming from deeper inside the moon. Not a distress signal, not an attack. A message waiting to be discovered. The team moved forward, entering a chamber hidden far below the surface. At the center stood a giant device surrounded by ancient technology. It was still active. After thousands of years, then the device recognized humanity. The entire moon shook. Across the galaxy, old warning systems came alive. Alien civilizations received a message they never wanted to see again. Luna had awakened, and for the first time in centuries, the galaxy looked toward Earth. Not with curiosity, with fear. Because humanity had done the one thing every other species refused to do. They opened the door. The moment Luna's hidden system activated, something changed across the galaxy. For thousands of years, alien civilizations had tried to forget the moon. They erased old records, abandoned research stations, and warned their descendants never to return. But now, every surviving archive received the same signal: a human symbol. The message was simple: Luna has awakened. Far beyond Earth's solar system, the reaction was immediate. The Varkan Dominion, one of the most powerful space civilizations, stopped all operations and redirected its entire fleet toward human territory. Not for war, for a warning. Commander Alex Carter watched the massive alien ships appear on the edge of the solar system. Their fleet was larger than anything humanity had ever seen. His crew prepared for the worst. "Captain, they have enough firepower to wipe out our outer colonies," the tactical officer said. Alex looked at the screen calmly. "But they're not attacking." The officer frowned. "Then why are they here?" Alex didn't answer. Because that was the question everyone wanted to know. The Varkan commander finally opened communication. His face appeared on the bridge screen. Unlike the aggressive alien leaders humanity had encountered before, this one looked exhausted. "You have activated the lunar system," he said. Alex stepped forward. "You know what it is." The alien commander stayed silent for a moment. "We know enough." The room became tense. "Then tell us," Alex replied. The alien leader looked toward the moon visible through the ship's window. Your species thinks you discovered a hidden structure. You are wrong. Alex raised an eyebrow. Then, what did we discover? The commander answered. A forgotten defense network. The bridge went quiet. According to the Varkan records, many ancient civilizations had reached Luna long before humanity existed as a spacefaring species. They found the same underground system, a network of advanced technology buried beneath the surface, but they never understood its full purpose. They only knew one thing. Whenever the system activated, something noticed. Something beyond known space. Alex studied the alien's expression. You're saying the moon is dangerous? The commander shook his head. No, the moon is the reason many worlds survived. That answer changed everything. The aliens weren't afraid of Luna because it could destroy them. They were afraid because it was connected to a threat they had spent ages trying to avoid. Deep inside the lunar facility, scientists continued analyzing the recovered data. Then they discovered something disturbing. The moon wasn't sending a signal into space. It was receiving one. Something had been trying to reach it for centuries, and now humanity had accidentally answered. The Horizon 7 detected a massive energy disturbance outside the solar system. A shape appeared on long-range scanners. Not a fleet, not an enemy ship, a moving wave spreading through space. A phenomenon that had already erased entire star systems. The Varkan commander gave humanity one final warning. Your ancestors would have run. Alex looked at the approaching darkness. Then he smiled. That's the difference between them and us. The alien commander waited. Alex continued, we don't run from things we don't understand. Across the galaxy, everyone watched as human ships moved toward the unknown. For the first time in centuries, the species that feared the moon saw something they feared even more. Humanity had decided to fight. The darkness moving through space had no name, no language, no identity, just a growing wave of energy that swallowed everything in its path. Across the galaxy, civilizations that had survived for thousands of years abandoned their worlds. Massive stations went silent. Powerful fleets changed direction. Entire empires that once believed they were unstoppable suddenly realized they had no answer. But Earth did not retreat. Humanity had faced impossible odds before, and this time they had something nobody else had. The moon. Inside the Horizon 7, Commander Alex Carter studied the data coming from Luna's underground system. The ancient network was still analyzing the approaching threat. Every calculation showed the same result. The wave was expanding faster than expected. If it reaches inhabited space, millions of lives will be at risk, the science officer said. Alex looked at the tactical display. How much time? Barely enough. The alien fleet surrounding Earth watched in silence. They expected humans to panic. Instead, human ships began moving toward the danger. The Varkan commander contacted Alex again. You don't understand what you are facing, Alex replied calmly. Then help us understand. For the first time, the alien commander explained the truth. Long ago, several advanced civilizations had detected this same phenomenon. They tried to study it, control it, and even use it. Every attempt failed. Not because they lacked technology, because they worked alone. Each species believed they could solve the problem themselves. And every time, they lost. The moon system was different. It was designed to connect civilizations together. A network that became stronger when different worlds shared their knowledge. But the old civilizations never trusted each other enough to use it. Fear destroyed their alliance before they could activate it completely. Humanity listened carefully, because humans understood something the old civilizations had forgotten. A threat this big wasn't defeated by one powerful species. It was defeated by everyone standing together. Within hours, Earth sent a message across the galaxy. Not a demand, not an order, a request. Help us defend every world. The response surprised everyone. One by one, alien civilizations joined. The same species that once avoided the moon now connected their ships to Luna's network. The ancient system began waking up completely. The surface of the moon changed as hidden structures activated beneath the dust. Energy flowed through the old network and spread across space. For the first time in history, hundreds of civilizations worked as one. But then the wave reached the edge of the solar system. Every sensor screamed. The shield around Earth began forming, But it wasn't enough. The energy barrier started collapsing. Alien commanders prepared for failure. They believed the same thing that happened to their ancestors was happening again. Humanity had tried. Humanity had failed. Then Alex discovered something hidden in Luna's final data. The system was not asking for more power. It was asking for a choice. The old civilizations failed because they wanted to control the network. The moon responded only when civilizations protected each other. Alex opened a galaxy-wide channel. Everyone listen. Every ship, every station, every world heard his voice. We didn't come this far just to survive alone. The galaxy went silent, then every fleet began transferring power, one after another. The shield strengthened. The wave collided with Luna's defense system. For a moment, nothing moved. Then the impossible happened. The moon held. The darkness began breaking apart. The galaxy watched as the world they feared became the reason they survived. And for the first time, aliens understood the truth about humanity. Humans were not dangerous because they were the strongest. They were dangerous because when everything looked impossible, they still moved forward. The galaxy was silent after the battle. For the first time in recorded history, the impossible had happened. The threat that destroyed ancient civilizations had been stopped, not by the biggest empire, not by the most advanced fleet, but by a species that had only recently entered the stars. Humanity. The same humans that many alien leaders once considered unpredictable and reckless had achieved what their oldest civilizations failed to do. They united everyone, but victory did not erase the questions. The moon still held secrets, and the galaxy wanted answers. Scientists from hundreds of worlds arrived near Luna to study the ancient network. They expected to find a weapon, a hidden army, or some powerful system designed for conquest. Instead, they discovered something completely different. The entire lunar facility was built around protection. Every part of it was designed to detect danger, warn civilizations, and connect different worlds during a crisis. The aliens finally understood why their ancestors feared the moon. Not because it was evil, because it reminded them of their greatest mistake. They had discovered the system long ago, but instead of sharing the information, they fought over it. Their governments believed whoever controlled Luna would control the future. That conflict destroyed their unity, and after generations passed, the truth was buried beneath fear. Commander Alex Carter walked through the ancient chamber once again, the same place where humanity had first uncovered the secret. The walls were now filled with scientists from different planets working together, something that would have been impossible before. A Varkan researcher approached him. "For a long time, we believed humans were too aggressive," the alien said. Alex smiled. "Many humans probably thought the same about you." The alien actually laughed. A rare moment between two species that once stood on opposite sides. "But now we understand," the researcher continued. "Your strength was never your weapons." Alex looked at the moon's glowing systems. "No, our strength is that we keep searching for answers." That statement spread throughout the galaxy. Humanity became known not as the species that awakened Luna, but as the species that finally understood it. Years passed, and the moon became the center of a new alliance. Former enemies exchanged technology. Worlds rebuilt together. New exploration missions began reaching areas that had been ignored for centuries. But deep inside Luna, one mystery remained: the final chamber. No one had been able to open it. The ancient system protected it with a security code that no civilization had ever solved, until humanity arrived. One day, while studying the chamber, scientists noticed something unusual. The system wasn't rejecting access. It was waiting for a specific condition, not a password, not a command, a decision. The chamber opened when representatives from different civilizations entered together. Inside was a massive archive containing information from countless worlds. History, maps, discoveries, warnings, but the final record was the most important. It showed that the cosmic threat humanity defeated was not the first danger the galaxy had faced, and it would not be the last. The universe was filled with mysteries still waiting to be discovered. The alien leaders looked worried. Another threat. Another unknown. But Alex looked at the message and smiled, because now the galaxy had something it never had before: a united front. The moon had taught everyone the same lesson. Fear divides civilizations, but courage brings them together. And when the next darkness appeared among the stars, the galaxy would not face it alone. The message from the final chamber changed everything. The galaxy had spent thousands of years preparing for the next disaster, but humanity discovered something more important. The next battle would not be won by the strongest fleet. It would be won by the civilization that refused to stand alone. For the first time in history, every major species gathered around Luna. The same moon they once avoided, the same place they feared, now it was where they found hope. But then the ancient system detected something. A new signal. Far beyond the explored regions of space, something had noticed the activation of the lunar network. The warning screens filled the command centers across the galaxy. A massive energy disturbance was moving toward them. The alien leaders went silent. They remembered the past. They remembered the civilizations that disappeared. Fear started spreading again. Then every species looked toward Earth. Not because humans were the oldest. Not because humans had the largest empire. But because when everyone else looked at the unknown and saw the end, humans looked at it and saw a challenge. Commander Alex Carter stood on the lunar surface, watching thousands of ships gather above him. A young officer approached. "Commander, what if this is something we cannot defeat?" Alex looked at the endless stars. For a moment, he said nothing. Then he answered, "Then we learn." The officer looked confused. "That's it," Alex smiled. "That's what humans do." The message was transmitted to every ship in the galaxy, not a battle command, not a desperate warning, a promise. We survived because we stopped fighting each other. We survived because we searched for answers instead of hiding from questions. And whatever comes next, it will face all of us. The alien fleets moved into formation beside the human ships. Old enemies protected each other. Worlds that once refused to cooperate now stood together. Then the unknown force reached the edge of the galaxy. Everyone prepared for destruction. But this time, the galaxy was different. The moon system activated. The fleets connected. The network expanded. And the darkness met something it had never faced before. Not a single civilization, not a single weapon, a united galaxy. The energy wave collided with the lunar defense system. The stars shook. The shields cracked. Ships lost power. For a moment, everyone thought they were too late. Then Luna responded. The moon that everyone feared became the reason they survived. Its ancient technology pushed the threat away, not through destruction, but through a force designed to protect life across the stars. Silence filled the galaxy. The impossible had happened again. Humanity had turned another nightmare into a victory. Years later, children across hundreds of worlds learned the story. They learned about the moon. They learned about the fear. They learned about the day humans opened the door everyone else was too afraid to touch. But the lesson they remembered most was simple. The galaxy once believed humans were dangerous because they explored the unknown. They were wrong. Humans were dangerous for a different reason. Because when the universe gave them impossible odds, they never accepted defeat. The final message from Earth spread across the stars. We don't know what waits beyond the darkness, but we know this. We will face it together. And from that day forward, no civilization looked at the moon with fear again. They looked at it and remembered the moment the galaxy learned its greatest lesson. Never underestimate humanity.